Hi, everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. First, before we get much further in, I just would like to apologize for the somewhat slapdash review station. As I've mentioned in a couple previous reviews, the old homestead that I've lovingly referred to as the Fortress of Ineptitude for the past 30 odd years is getting some much needed overhauling. So it'll be turning into Fortress Maximus, I guess you can say. Uh, but the long story short is I've had to move my equipment out of the home for the time being. So I'm making do with what I can. And barring, any unique miracles or what have you, this should be the last new review for at least another month or so. I guess that's when the next wave of Combiner Wars comes in. But regardless, we're not here to talk about me. We are here to talk about the figure right in front of the camera. This is from Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. This is gold armor Grimlock. Basically, what this figure is the warrior class, not deluxe, but warrior class Grimlock mold done up in a color scheme that is much closer to the original G1 design. And as you can see, it's a kind of cool this mold. I was a fan of this when it first came out. I kind of liked it. I know a lot of people had problems with the knee/elbows here, popping the gear out and basically shredding the arms. I've bent the elbows a couple times. I've bent the knees a couple times. I haven't had a problem, or I just don't understand what the problem is, and I'm oblivious to it. But I didn't have a problem with my original Grimlock, and I don't have a problem with this one. So, knock on wood, I'm actually doing pretty good. This is a close facsimile to the original G1 design. It's not exact. Where this would have been a gold chrome is actually more of a bronze color, and actually really doesn't match up to the color here down the tail. Also, there should be a little bit more blue and red, making it a little more techno and less organic. The head chomping gimmick is still here. You can just go, hey guys, what's up? Grimlock rules. It's funny reviewing the figure when I did, which was right before Christmas. I hadn't seen an episode of Robots in Disguise, so now going back and revisiting the figure with a better understanding of the character, I kind of like it, and I think this very animated design for Grimlock suits the personality of the character in Robots in Disguise, while not being a close to what the original G1 character was. So we're just going to jump from dinosaur mode to robot mode. And basically it's the same overall look, just in that different color scheme that's meant to evoke G1 Grimlock. You have the little scannable icon right there. I do feel I should mention that some of the joints do feel a little looser, especially up here in the arms, like these shoulder joints. Not ball joints. These are either universal or pin and socket. But I mean, they can hold the pose. They're not drooping down, but your mileage may vary. I've also noticed some things are a little bit tighter. Like it's a little harder to flip these feet straight. But like I said, the arms, you still have that nice clicky ratchet. Um, I'm doing this right now just to show. I'm not. It's weird. It's going down. It's kind of stiff. Going up, very smooth. And you do have that little bit of a bounce right there. But I think that's just the limits of the ratchet. Well, the big selling point, though, of this mold is right here. And that's the new head design. Basically, they gave Grimlock his battle mask, which I think we've only seen once or twice in the cartoon, but obviously it's meant to evoke the original look to Grimlock, hence why it's done on this figure as opposed to just a re-release of the original Grimlock. And, you know, I don't think, in terms of the personality of the character, it works well. I really don't. I think basically this, I mean, like I said, we've only seen him, Grimlock, use it once or twice. Most of the time, you see his face, and he's got that joyful little grin or smirk on. It is what it is. But yeah, but other than that, you still have the gray and bronze. You have a little bit of red now in the hips and a little bit of black. Like I said, it's the basic colors of the original G1 Grimlock. I would have liked to see the little splashes of blue and the up here on the legs with the little circuitry dots worked in. But I think for a warrior class figure, this works out really nice. Your overall experience with this mold is basically based on the original version in the cartoon color scheme. There's nothing new here to make me recommend the figure if you didn't enjoy the first version. I mean, if you were waiting for a repaint, here it is, but I'm assuming somewhere down the line we'll have a second or a third one, maybe with even more retooling. Who knows? But this is in no means also going to replace your classics Grimlock, since it's two separate characters. But like I said, I enjoyed the mold. I think actually out of the Wave 1 figures, this was one of the best. So definitely, if you don't own a Grimlock and you're not a slave to cartoon accuracy, go ahead, pick this version up. This is your old pal Chuck for Gold Armor Grimlock. We will see you next time.